Okay, guys, I wanted to make a quick video on why I like smaller land deals. And not exclusively, but I've been doing this for years and I still do smaller deals. And there's specific reasons why it's intentional. And I'll show you that here quickly in case you're new or in case you're a year in, maybe a year and a half in, you found some success and decided you want to go after bigger deals. I would caution you to keep those small, reliable ones going while you go after the big ones. So I haven't done business in Palm Bay in a few years, but I did quite a bit here in 2022 and early 2023. And when you look at the demand, not just the demand, but then how the lots are very consistently the same size, same utility situation, same topography, etc. It's very easy to comp and easy to know what they're going to sell at and whether they're going to sell. And so if you look here, just in this section of Palm Bay, 219 sold in the last 6 months. And 92, wow, I haven't looked at it in a while. 92 came on the market. That demand is outrageous, right? If you buy a decent lot, check it in person, make sure it's not a lemon, there isn't a giant, hole on the lot, which I've run into where one specific lot was substantially lower than everything around it. But assuming that isn't the case, you can look around, see the comps, see the demand, and pretty much know within 30 days if you price lower than everyone else that you can move the lot. And if you can make 8, 10, 12 grand, great, because it's reliable, it's predictable, it's kind of the safer side, the safer sort of deal within this business. Now, if you stop doing these, as I have watched friends of mine stop doing these, say, I don't want to make 10 grand, I want to make 100 grand. And that's great, and you can, but sometimes you'll have this happen where this is one of my listings. You're trying to sell a lot at 160,000. We just relisted with a new realtor. It looks much better. So I think that is part of the problem. I think we'll get it moved. It'll be just fine. But we are 6.5 months in, and this has been sitting, no solid offers. Here's another one of mine. It's been a little bit longer than that. And I think this will be just fine and sell in the spring, but you just don't know how quickly it's going to sell at these higher price points. And not just that, it's very rare to find, other than some beach towns and some very specific areas, it's hard to find higher price points where it's very homogeneous and easy to comp like this in Palm Bay. And so, all that to say, these sorts of deals, these bigger deals are great, but there's a much, much, much larger margin for error as far as how quickly is this going to sell and what is it going to sell at. Many times, or not many, but sometimes you're going to think you're going to sell it at X. 6 months go by and you end up selling it, slightly more than you bought it for. You don't make much money and a lot of capital is tied up for 6 to 12 months. That will happen with these because far fewer people can buy this expensive of a parcel. This one specifically is more likely going to be someone's, frivolous vacation property. So these bread and butter, smaller infill deals are really, at least for me, have been really useful and important to keep the business going, keep the lights on, so to speak, keep payroll going while we do these larger ones with bigger spreads that take longer to sell. I mean, here's another one. It's actually sold. Apparently, the realtor forgot to update the MLS because this did sell in November. And it ended up being a great deal. We bought 26 acres, we split it into two, we sold 16 individually, and we sold 10 individually, approximately. And the first 10 moved very quickly. The other 16 took about 6 months. And that was great. It could have sat for, until next year. It's December. I wouldn't have been surprised if it didn't sell until next summer because this was a place in Tennessee, a rural part of Tennessee, very few transactions, right? In the last 6 months, this town has only had, let's see, a total of 7 sales. Not a lot came on the market, 6 sales, right? So there aren't a lot of comps. There aren't a ton of transactions. You just don't have the same degree of confidence that you're going to be able to move the property quickly. Now, the irony of the whole thing is sometimes when there aren't a lot of comps, isn't much for sale, you'll list something and it'll go under contract in 24 hours, right? That's how this one was, where I thought, all right, there's nothing like this for sale. It's a big piece of acreage. I bet this will sell quickly. Well, it hasn't yet, and it might not sell till, next March or April. We'll see. So at the expense of probably repeating myself, I would highly, highly recommend keeping small, consistent, predictable deals going, even if you make less money, in conjunction with these larger spreads. I think, collectively we bought this for 280-ish, sold it for just shy of 400, so it was a decent deal, but a lot more risk. And I've seen friends of mine, this is actually what prompted this video, is that I've seen friends of mine have a profitable business, say, hey, I'm done with these small deals, and go entirely into this, risking all of their investor capital. And they are sitting and sitting and sitting and really wishing that they had kept these small deals going as well. So learn from the mistakes of myself and others. And if you don't have huge, huge amounts of liquidity sitting around and you need to make money consistently, keep your small deals going, layer on the bigger deals, and you'll have more predictable, consistent cash flow and profit. So I hope that's helpful. And if you're out there doing exclusively big deals and you disagree and think that no, you can do these with the same level of predictability as the small ones, tell me, comment, tell me why I'm wrong. I'm open to hearing it. So hope that's useful.